Hi everyone, welcome to my video about animal sign forecast in BaZi for 2026. My name is Ivan from House of Entrieri, or rather an AI avatar of myself. I am a BaZi, Chimen Dunjia, Feng Shui and Yijing consultant. In Chinese metaphysics, there are 12 animal signs in total, and each year, one of them takes the lead. In 2026, we enter the year of the horse, and more specifically, the fire horse. So today we'll start with the horse. Since this is your own year, the energy affects you more directly, more intensely, and in ways that can shape your direction for the entire year. Let's break it down. Alright, let's talk about the horse in 2026. This is your own year, which means you are sitting directly under Tai Sui, the Grand Duke. And what that really means is one thing. Everything gets amplified. Your visibility goes up, your opportunities increase. But at the same time, pressure, expectations, and consequences also rise. So this is not a quiet year. It's not a low energy year. It's a year where things move faster, and whatever you do carries more weight. Now here's the important part. This is not a year of lack. It's a year of responsibility. Because success in 2026 is not just about what you do. It's about how aware you are while doing it. So first, let's talk about the overall energy. When you are in your own zodiac year, your presence naturally becomes stronger. People notice you more. Situations come toward you more easily. But at the same time, there's also a tendency for internal conflict. In BaZi terms, this is what we call self-punishment. It means sometimes the biggest challenge is not external. It's internal. You might second-guess yourself. You might feel pulled in different directions. Or you might create unnecessary pressure in your own mind. So the key lesson for this year is very simple. Move forward, but stay grounded. Don't let your own speed work against you. Now let's move into career, authority, and visibility. You have the general star this year. This is a strong leadership star. So there's a high chance of stepping into bigger roles, more responsibility, or being seen as someone people look up to. At the same time, you also have Duke arrival, which increases support from people, networks, and organizations. So this is not a year to do everything alone. If you use the right platforms, the right connections, you can move much faster. But here's the reality. With higher visibility comes higher scrutiny. People are watching how you perform, how you communicate, how you make decisions. So leadership this year is not about position. It's about delivery. And sometimes opportunities will come before you feel ready. That's fine. You grow into the role by taking it on. Now let's talk about money and financial strategy. 2026 supports steady, structured wealth growth. This is not about quick wins. This is about building something that lasts. If you already have systems that are working, investments, savings, business structures, this is the year to refine and strengthen them. What you want to avoid is overconfidence, chasing fast money, taking unnecessary risks, or making impulsive financial decisions. These can easily reverse your progress. So the mindset here is simple. Be consistent. Be disciplined. Let your money grow through structure, not emotion. Next, competition and pressure. This year, competition increases. Standards go up. You may face more challenges from others, but this is not a bad sign. It simply means you are in a position that matters. Handled well, this sharpens you. You become faster, more precise, more capable. Handled poorly, it can turn into conflict, stress, or burnout. So the strategy is not to fight everything. Choose carefully, move with intention. Focus on execution, not reaction. Now let's talk about ideas and self-sabotage. There's a strong risk this year of starting things and not finishing them. You might have good ideas. You might feel inspired. But then doubt comes in, or distraction, or overthinking. And suddenly nothing gets completed. For some of you, especially if you have horse in the hour pillar, your mind may become very active. Too many thoughts, too many scenarios, too much internal noise. So the key here is very clear. Don't just think, execute. Completion is more important than perfection this year. Now let's move into emotions and relationships. Because of Tai Sui, emotional sensitivity can increase. Small things may feel bigger than they are. Reactions may become faster. If you are not aware, this can create unnecessary tension in relationships. For those with horse in the day pillar, relationships may become more intense. Your presence is stronger. Your influence is stronger. This can create attraction, but also power struggles. So the key is balance. Not every situation needs a reaction. Not every disagreement needs to be won. The more you manage your emotions, the smoother your relationships will be. Let's talk about health and energy. Your energy is high this year, but that also means it's easy to overdo things. Pushing too hard, taking on too much, not resting properly. This can lead to fatigue or minor injuries. And mentally, if you are constantly thinking and pushing, burnout can build up quietly. So rest is not a weakness this year. It's part of your performance strategy. You need it to sustain your pace. So to summarize everything, 2026 is a powerful year for the horse. But it's not about speed alone. It's about awareness. Lead with intention, not impulse. Build steadily, not aggressively. Treat competition as refinement, not threat. Turn ideas into action. Manage your emotions. And take care of your energy. If you can do that, this year doesn't just bring movement. It brings direction, growth, and long-term results. Now, I have explained the 4 pillars in a previous video where your animal signs could appear. The term BaZi literally means 8 characters. These characters are derived from your birth date and time, translated into 4 pairs of Chinese elements called heavenly stems and earthly branches. Alright, before going deeper, it helps to understand something important. Not all horses experience 2026 the same way. Where the horse appears in your BaZi chart changes how this energy shows up in your life. So let's break it down by the 4 pillars. Horse in the year pillar. This relates to your reputation, public image, and how others perceive you. In 2026, this area becomes highly visible. People notice what you do more easily. Your actions, your words, your decisions, they all carry more weight. If you handle yourself well, this can strengthen your credibility and open doors. If not, mistakes can also become more visible than usual. So the focus here is simple. Be intentional with how you present yourself. Your reputation becomes an asset or a liability, depending on how you manage it. Horse in the month pillar. This is your career environment, your work, your peers, and how you operate day to day. In 2026, this area comes under pressure and scrutiny. Expect higher expectations, more responsibility, more evaluation from people around you. This can feel demanding, but it also creates opportunity. If you step up, you may grow faster. If you focus too much on approval, you may feel stuck. So the strategy here is to prioritize competence over validation. Focus on doing the work well. Let results speak for you. Horse in the day pillar. This pillar reflects your inner world, your personal life, and your relationships. In 2026, emotions and relationship dynamics become stronger. Your presence is more noticeable, which can increase attraction and connection, but also tension if balance is not maintained. Small issues can escalate quickly if emotions are not managed. So the key here is emotional awareness. Listen more, react less, and understand that not every situation needs to be pushed. Handled well, relationships can deepen. Handled poorly, friction increases. Horse in the hour pillar. This relates to your thoughts, your future planning, your ideas, and what you're building long term. In 2026, mental activity increases. You may think more, analyze more, and question more. But there is also a risk here. Overthinking can slow you down. You may start things and not complete them. So the focus is clarity and execution. Stick with what is already working. Avoid unnecessary changes. And most importantly, finish what you start. Your future is shaped more by consistency than constant adjustment this year. So overall, the horse energy in 2026 affects different areas depending on where it sits in your chart. But across all 4 pillars, one theme stays consistent. This is a year where you are seen more, tested more, and expected to step up. And how you respond to that makes all the difference. So that's the outlook for the horse in 2026. I'll be continuing this series and covering the remaining 11 animal signs so you can understand how the year plays out across the full cycle. If this was useful for you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more people find this content and it allows me to keep sharing deeper insights like this. I'll see you in the next one.